Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another playthrough of Red Rising. Today we're going to be playing with Minerva House, which allows us to roll the Rising die whenever we gain the Sovereign token. The cards we're going to start with are Lawyer, Arius, Pulse Fist Engineer, Holo Designer, and Timony. We're going to be playing as the green, and the Automa is going to play as the purple. We have the three influence, the neutral influence in the Institute there, and I think that's everything for setup, except for we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 odd cards. We'll flip that to odd. And we can go on then with the first turn, which we'll give to the Automa, and they're going to deploy to Mars and take from D, which is the Institute, and that gets them 1 influence, and then they're going to deploy to the Institute, gain from C, which gets them 1 on the fleet track. And that is everything for their turn, so it's over to us now. And I think what I'm going to do, I'll deploy the Lawyer, which allows us to put 1 influence on the Institute. And I'm going to take the Orator from Jupiter, which moves us up 1. And we go on then to the Automa, deploys to A, takes from the Institute, which moves them up another. Oh, no, sorry, they don't get the bonus, they banish a card. And then they deploy to Mars and take from A, and get a helium for that, and then it's back to us. And I think here the best choice is probably go with a Holo Designer. I'm thinking I might want to keep Arius and just not go for any goals, because that would be 35 points at the end, so we'll keep that in mind. There's no goals at the Institute currently, so I don't want to play Timony. There's no Obsidians out, so there's probably no need to play Pulse Fist Engineer at the moment, and I don't have the Sovereign token for Orator, so I think I'll play this on Luna, reveal the top 2 cards of the deck, and place them under Holo Designer in any order. I think I'll put them under in that order, and then I'm going to pick up from the Institute and get 1 influence there, and we go on to the Automa, deploys to A, takes from A and banishes a card, and then deploys to Jupiter, takes from Jupiter, or takes from B, which is Jupiter, and they get 1 more on the influence track, and it's back over to us. And I think here I will deploy Morningstar to Jupiter, which allows us to advance once on the fleet track. I'll gain from Luna, which gets us the Sovereign token, and we get to roll the Rising die, and we get the eye icon, so we can reveal the top card of the deck and place it on any location. And I think I'll place it maybe there. Actually no, I want to protect that Violet, I think, so I'll put it there. And we go on then to the Automa. They're going to deploy to C, gain from Mars, get helium, deploy to B, gain from the Institute, Luna, and then they get the token back and advance once on the fleet track, and it's back over to us then. And I think I'll probably deploy Holo Designer again. So on Luna, we reveal these 2, Fitchner and Mustang. And I think I will put them like that. And I'll gain from Mars, which gets us the helium, and it's on to the Automa. Deploy to A, take from Jupiter, and then deploy to the Institute and take from A. And they get 1 helium for that, and it's back over to us. And I'm going to deploy the Lawyer to Jupiter, pick up from Mars, and get a helium token for that. And then the Ultima deploys to C. Wow, C's getting full. Takes from B and banishes a card. And then they deploy to Luna, take from B, and move up one more. And it's back over to us. And I will deploy the Jackal to Jupiter, which gets us the Sovereign token and allows us to roll this, which is banish the top card of a location of our choice. I think I'll banish this one, and then we can pick up, and I think I want to pick up, I'll pick up this one, which gets us another helium. We go on then to the Ultima, so they're deployed to B, pick up from B and move one. And then deploy to A, pick up from Mars, and then it's back to us. And I think here I will deploy Quietus to the Institute, which allows us to advance once on the fleet track, and I'll pick up from Mars, which gets us a helium. We go on, the Ultima deploys to A, takes from C, which gets them the Sovereign token and one more on the fleet track. And then they deploy to Luna, pick up from A, and gets them a helium, and it's back to us. And I think here I'm just going to try and get rid of Timony. There's no goals at the Institute, so I think I will pick up Quietus, which allows us to put one influence there. And the Ultima goes to D, picks up from the Institute and gets an influence. And then they go to B, pick up from Jupiter, and that moves them up to 7, so that's one condition met. And then we shuffle the Ultima deck. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's back over to us. And I'm going to deploy Quietus, which allows us to advance once on the fleet track. I'll pick up the Jackal, which advances us again, and we go back to the Ultima, which deploys to C, takes from B, and banishes a card, and then deploys to B, takes from here, and gets one more on the fleet track, and it's back over to us. And I'm going to deploy the Jackal to A, which gets us the Sovereign token, and we can roll the die, see what we get. That is the Institute, Luna, which allows us to gain or keep the Sovereign token, so we already have it. I think we may roll again then. Yeah, so if is the Sovereign token, select any other bonus on the die. Oh, so we don't have to roll again. So I think I will, I'm going to move myself up 1 on the fleet track. So we place that. I'm going to pick up from, I'll pick up from the Institute. And put 1 influence. Ultima deploys to Jupiter, takes from A, and gets a helium for that. And then deploys to A, takes from C, and gets the Sovereign token back, which increases them to 9 on the fleet track. And it's back over to us then. And I think I'm going to get rid of this orange. I haven't seen any obsidian, so I'll just sacrifice that. We don't have any deploy bonus, so but I think I'll pick up from the Institute and puts another influence there. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there now. The Automa goes to the Institute, picks up from C, and gets to move another on the fleet track, so they go to 10. And then they go to A, pick up from Luna, and banish a card. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 helium now, and then it's back to us. And here I'm going to deploy Quietus, which allows us to advance again. So we're at 7 now. And I'm going to pick up from Mars, which gets us a helium. And then he goes to A, or she goes to A, picks up from A, or from Mars, goes to D, and picks up from C. And it's back over to us. And I think I'm going to deploy Conversationalist on Luna and take the Pulse Vista Engineer, which gets us another helium. We go back, deploy to Mars, take from the Institute, which gives them another influence, and then they deploy to A, take from A and banish a card. And it's back over to us. And I think here I'm going to scout, so I'll deploy that to the Institute, which gives me another influence. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. And the Automa goes to C, gains from Mars and gets a helium for that. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they deploy to Luna, take from B. They can't move up any further on the fleet track, so we'll give them another influence in the Institute, I think. And I think it's back to us, so I think I'm going to scout again and go to Jupiter, which advances us once, and then the Automa goes, they deploy to Luna, take from A and get a helium, so that's their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so the game will end on our turn. And then they deploy to A, gain from Jupiter, so this is our last turn of the game. And I think here I will scout again, deploy to Jupiter, which pushes it up to number 9. And so yeah, that's the end of the game. It went on quite a long time actually. So the Automa has quite a hefty deck here. But yeah, let's see. So we're looking for odds. Or odds are matching cards, sorry. So that's even, odd, even. Odd. Yeah, so we want 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we have, so 1, 2, so only 2 evens, and 18 odd. So we'll get the score chart. So two non-matching is 6, and 18 matching is 108. So they get a total of 114. So their base score is 70, and then 114. Position on the fleet track, so 43 for them and 39 for us. So 33 and 39. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that's 21 helium. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's 18. They get 10 for the sovereign token, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 24, and they have 8. And I don't have more than 7. So their grand total is so they get 266, which is quite high. 266, and then so now we just have to score our cards. We have an endgame ability here, so we can treat this as any name or the same name as any specific character. We don't actually need any particular name, so we can go through 10 for Arius or Arlus, so 10, and then if with no goals, which it is, so that's 25. Then we have 19 for Orator, plus 21 if we don't have the sovereign token. Then we have 9 for 4D Painter, and plus 31 if each of our cards is a different color, which they all are. So we get another 31 there. 15 for Stained, and then 15 if it is our only Obsidian, which it is. And then 12 for Pulse Fist Engineer, and 18 if with an Obsidian, which it is. So we get 175. So I think they may have won this. So 175 plus 39 plus 18 plus 24 is 256. So we're just short. I think it went on a bit too long, and that probably hurt us quite a lot. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts on this one. As I said, I think I let it run on too long. And yeah, otherwise I'll call it a day for today. Thanks for joining, and hope you can join again next time.